Hi, everyone. A very warm and lovely welcome to today's leadership segment on Moments with Inonge. I am your host, Inonge. It's so very um, pleasant for me to actually be with you in this leadership segment. You are very welcome, guys. Welcome to your favorite leadership segment on Moments with Inonge. So for the viewers on Facebook, please like and share by creating a watch party. And those on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So those that are watching via Facebook, please like and share by creating a watch party. And also for those that are watching on YouTube, please like and share with family and friends, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. On today's leadership segment, we have a very exciting topic, and this is Finding Purpose by John C. Maxwell. Finding Purpose by John C. Maxwell. Please, guys, ensure that you drop your comments, questions, and contributions. And please, guys, as much as possible, let's interact. Whatever point that actually makes sense to you, whatever point that you feel relates to you, please highlight it in the comments and drop it. So you guys, let me know where you're watching from, and also like and share. Let me know where you're watching from. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So my name is Inonge. I am your host, a certified speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. So all that we're actually going to talk about, and all that we talk about in our leadership segments, is actually material that comes from John C. Maxwell, who happens to be my mentor and my coach. So John C. Maxwell is a pastor. He's an author, he's a speaker. John C. Maxwell has got over 77 books on leadership, and he has been in the leadership session of his life, inquiring about leadership, going through about leadership for over 40 years. So what we're actually sharing, on our leadership segments are stuff that can actually benefit us. For some of us, probably we were not even born. I wasn't even born when John C. Maxwell started his journey in the leadership field. So you can relate to say, if I am this old and somebody has been in the leadership game for longer than I was, longer than my age, meaning what they have to offer is of great value. So everything that we share on our leadership segment is actually coming from my mentor, who happens to be John C. Maxwell. And we'll be discussing Finding Purpose by John C. Maxwell. So guys, drop those comments, those contributions, your questions, where you're watching me from. Also like and share. Let me know where you're watching from. And once again, I would love to welcome you to your favorite leadership segment on Moments with Inonge. So before we start, I'd love to at least read one comment that has just come in, and Caesar says, "Now I know." Let me guess. What's the comment about? Now you know what our leadership segment is, or now you know who I am? What's that now I know about, Caesar? Please, guys, continue to drop your comments and your contributions, and also any questions that you have. Caesar, thank you so much for being interactive. I really gratefully appreciate your participation. So without taking much of your time and my time, like I said, our topic for discussion is Finding Purpose by John C. Maxwell. Purpose. What John talks about when he's actually relating to purpose is that, there are two challenges that every person in their lifetime faces. And these two challenges are finding ourselves. That's the first one. To find ourselves is the first one. And then when we talk about finding ourselves, we are talking about discovering our purpose. So the first challenge that we go through is finding ourselves. The first major challenge. Yes, there are challenges, many challenges, but we're talking about the major challenges. So the first challenge that we usually face is to find ourselves. And like I said, we find ourselves when we discover purpose. That is the beginning of it all. When we discover what we were created for. Remember, I always say, and our theme for this month of December is I have a purpose for existence. So what basically that means is there's a reason why I was created. There's a reason why you were created. So the two challenges that we're going to look at that John Maxwell talks about when it comes to finding purpose is finding ourselves. And we find ourselves when we discover purpose. And then the second is to lose ourselves. That is the second challenge that John actually talks about when it comes to finding purpose and living a fulfilled life. So we lose ourselves when our purpose is bigger than us. We lose ourselves when our purpose is bigger than us. Regrettably, in this life, some people do not actually find themselves, and some, if you don't find yourself, there's no way you can lose yourself, because it starts with finding yourself. So regrettably, some people live life without finding themselves. That is to say, they live life without discovering what their purpose for existence is. While some people find themselves, but they don't lose themselves, meaning that the their purpose is usually they don't get to a point where their purpose is actually bigger than them. So it's one thing for one to discover their purpose, but it's another thing for somebody to actually live through that purpose, to accomplish that purpose. So because we've talked about the two challenges that John Maxwell actually says we actually face in our lifetime, which is to find ourselves, that is to discover purpose, and to lose ourselves, that is when our purpose is bigger than us. We are going to look at the first one, which is to find ourselves. So since we said finding ourselves is a function of discovering purpose, then the question should be, how do we discover purpose? How do we discover purpose? So John says there are two questions that one must ask when they are in pursuit of discovering their purpose. And the first question is, what am I passionate about? What am I passionate about? You see, passion is often linked with purpose. There is a definite relationship between what I'm in love with and what I should be doing. Passion is often, very, very often linked with purpose. You find that the thing that you love to do is the thing that you should be doing. And passion is just a great energizer. When you find your passion, when you find something that you love to do, it really energizes you. Passion is a great energizer. So the major question for those that are trying to discover what their passion is that, what am I passionate about? And once you discover what you're passionate about, you'll find that you'll be energized whenever you're doing that thing, because there is a relationship usually that is linked between passion and purpose. So passion and purpose are often linked, but it is not usually the case. It's possible to be passionate about something you are not good at or gifted in. And when I talk about that, whenever this subject comes to play, I really take a deep look at myself and talk about some things that I'm passionate about. Something I'm passionate about is singing. Something I'm passionate about is singing. And then I'm not such a good singer, but I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. My friends, I thank God for true friends, friends that will tell you the truth no matter how bad it may sound. My friends always tell me to say, Inonge, if you would come online and sing, believe you me, everybody will just mute, their phones, mute their laptops, um, whatever gadget they're using to watch you, they'll definitely just mute because you're not so good at singing. And then I think when we look at passion and energy, and also not being good at what you're passionate about, we can take a close look at American Idols. I'm sure a lot of us have watched American Idols, and we see how some people just walk into the room and the judges are seated before them and they hold that mic and they passionately sing. But as they're passionately singing, they're passionately badly singing. I guess we've all watched those clips, and then we just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And the first question that pops up to my head is, does this person have a family, or like, does this person have friends? Because definitely your family would tell you to say you're not good at this, or your friends will also tell you, boy, I think this is just not working for you. So it is possible, to be passionate about something that you are actually not good at or you are not gifted in. But passion is often linked with purpose. It's often linked with purpose. So, like, in the cases where passion is actually linked with purpose, I want us to realize that passion sets us apart. It sets us above the crowd. You see, what happens is you find that there are low energy people and high energy people. So what makes a person a low energy person? What simply makes a person a low energy person is that whatever it is that they're doing, they're not passionate about. And what makes somebody a high energetic person is that whatever they're doing, they are passionate about. Passion usually sets us apart. It sets us above the crowd. If you see a person that is doing a job that they love to do, believe you me, there'll be some level of excellence because they are enjoying their job. But if you see a person who is forced to come to work, they do not enjoy that job, believe you me, there'll be a distinction between the person that loves their job and the person that does not love their job. So when you're passionate about something, it is very, very possible that you're going to be energetic because whatever makes you excited, whatever makes you feel good actually gives you energy. And then whatever doesn't excite you, it just doesn't turn you on. Therefore, even your effort in doing it's very, very minimal. So when you're passionate about something, it isn't reasonable, but you do it anyway. If there are guys that are currently watching, I guess you can relate, guys, that when you're passionate about something, when you love something, it's not reasonable, but you do it. I've heard of people that would tell a story. I'm not mentioning names, but I've heard somebody tell a story of how they were so in love with the person that is currently their wife for many years. And they would actually walk a long distance. They would walk from Matero. They would walk from Matero to Kamwala South just to see that person. And before they get to see to that person's house, they'll actually clean, their feet. They'll clean their shoes to show that they did not walk. Maybe they came by bus or they came by cab. You know how you guys do it, sometimes when you're passionate about something. You see, so that guy that could walk from Matero to Lusaka, what do you think was driving him? It's the passion. It's the love for that woman he was going to see. Passion. Sometimes it's not reasonable, but you do it anyhow. And most of the times it's not reasonable, but you do it anyhow. So passion is a very, very great energizer. And then the second question, apart from what am I passionate about, the second question is, what are my strengths? What am I good at? What are my gifts? What are my strengths? What am I good at? What are my gifts? You see, when you find your gifts, you'll be good at it. You'll be very good at it. It's, it's something that will come naturally, and then you'll be able to actually, work on it. It's something that is going to give you strength. When you're in your gift, it gives you strength. You may not be the best in it, but you are definitely good at it. And as you go on, as you identify your gifts, you have the capacity to develop them. You see, your gift will give you strength. It would definitely give you strength. But when you're in an area of your weakness, you get tired. You get tired. When you're in an area of your weakness, you struggle. And then what that does is that it drains you. It drains you to a point where you just get tired. So we've talked about finding purpose, which is two questions. We've talked about what are my gifts. We've talked about finding your gifts, and we've talked about what is my passion, what am I passionate about. That is one of the challenges that John is talking about. When he talks about the two challenges that we have, which is to find ourselves. And he says, how do you answer that question of finding yourself? It's by discovering your purpose. And how do you discover your purpose? You ask what you're passionate about. And then you have to also note that sometimes you can be passionate about something that you're really good at or gifted in, or you can be passionate about something that you're not good at or gifted in. So what next? What do you do next? You ask yourself to say, what are my strengths? What am I good at? What are my gifts? That way you can be able to discover what your purpose is. And then we looked at something else. Which is the second challenge is, how do we lose ourselves? How do we lose ourselves? And remember, guys, I said we lose ourselves when we find something bigger than us. We lose ourselves when we find something bigger than us. In the inspirational segment and the motivational segment yesterday, we were talking about, callings, and we're talking about ministry, we're talking about jobs. So here's something that is of significance to us, as we are going through this month of, the theme is, I have a purpose for existence. So when you are bigger than your purpose, you have a career. That is when what you're doing depends on you. It depends on you. It relies on your ability to do things. Then you have a career. I think we're going to talk more about this most probably next week. Yeah, but as of now, it is very important to just take note that when you are bigger than your purpose, you have a career. And when your purpose is bigger than you, you have a calling. You have a calling. When your purpose is bigger than you have a calling. When you sit down and you discover what your purpose for life is, when you discover what that vision, when you have a glance of what the vision is for your life, you're going to realize that where you currently are is not where you're going to be. And where you currently are is maybe like 1 out of 100 where you're supposed to be. So the picture is so big. The purpose is bigger than you. The dream is so much big. That can point out to a calling. When your purpose is bigger than you have a calling. And when you're bigger than your purpose, then you have a career. So now, since we're talking about losing yourself, we're just going to look at some steps that you take when you want to lose yourself, because now you have found your purpose. Now you have found your purpose. You have found what you're passionate about. You have found your strength. You have found your gifts. You have found what you're good at. So now the next phase is a phase that people usually don't go to. Only a few get to this next phase, which is actually to lose yourself. To lose yourself. So if you want to lose yourself, John actually recommends there are 4 steps that he went through in his life and that people go through in their lives, those that fulfill their purpose. And these 4 steps begin with step 1, which is, I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference. And usually this I want to make a difference is usually the first step. It's usually the step that leads to purpose. It's the step that one sits down and says, you know what? I think what is going on in my life is not enough. I've got to do something. I've got to do something about my life. I want to make a difference. This is when now somebody, the soul of somebody is yearning for the fulfillment of purpose, or actually the discovery of purpose. You know, that time when you sit down and you say, I want to make a difference, it's not a selfish time. It's not a selfish time. It's just that the greatness, the potential, the gifts that are trapped in you are crying out to find expression. That is when you usually find yourself saying, you know what? I want to make a difference. So that is the first step. I want to make a difference. And usually this relates to purpose. And then after you say you want to make a difference, you discover your purpose. The next thing, usually the second step, is I want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. I want to make a difference, meaning I want to live in my calling. I want to live for, the reason why God created me. So after you've discovered your purpose, then you say, I want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. Most of the times we live our lives and our lives don't impact anybody. Our lives don't bless anybody. Our lives don't add on to somebody, we just merely just live. But when you discover your purpose, you realize that your purpose is something that is going to add value to people. So this is when you now say, okay, yes, I have discovered my purpose, but I want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. And then after you've gone through that phase of wanting to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference, you're going to realize that you want to do it with people who make a difference. With people who make a difference. I just want to thank everybody that is actually tuned in, because I know that for everyone that's tuned in at this time, you might have been doing something else. You might have been busy on social media doing something else, but you have found this time to actually listen to this leadership segment, which I hope and trust is actually enlightening you. You're the people who make a difference. You're the people who are going to make a difference, or you're the people that are making a difference. It is you. You are the type of people that I really want to work with. You're the type of people that I really want to be with. So as you discover your purpose, I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. And then the third is, I want to make a difference with people who make a difference. I want basically to make a difference with you guys who make a difference. And then the fourth, but not the least, is at a time it makes a difference. I want to make a difference with someone, with people who want to make a difference at a time it makes a difference. For me to discover my purpose at the age of 80. Yeah, for me to discover my purpose, say at the age of 80. Naturally, my body strength wouldn't be like the strength that I have today. So, and my ability to make up and do whatever it is, find out how I can reach out people maybe on social media and all that, I won't have that ability. So it's also important to make a difference at a time that it makes a difference. My energy levels at this time would actually make a difference in pursuit to my the fulfillment of my destiny compared to later in my years. So you want to make a difference at a time when it makes a difference. So the 4 steps are: I want to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference with people who make a difference at a time it makes a difference. At a time it makes a difference. Guys, we have to discover our purpose. And when we discover our purpose, we have to start thriving. We have to start pursuing the fulfillment of our destiny, the reason for our existence. And as we do that, remember, 1 is too less a number to achieve greatness. 1 is too less a number to achieve greatness. So definitely, if we want to make a difference, and if we want to do something that makes a difference, we're going to need people around us. Just like I want to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference with people that make a difference. I cannot have this moment on my own. I need people to listen to me. I need people to come up and team up with me and to say, okay, you know what? Let's take your message to another level. Let's share your broadcast. Let's do this. Let's put heads together so that a lot of people can hear your voice, can hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is of value. 1 is too little a number to achieve greatness. So you find that you would want to team up with people. Teamwork makes the dream work. So you want to team up with people who actually make a difference. When? At a time when it makes a difference. I appreciate this time because the time of COVID-19 is a time when a lot of people have actually gone through a lot of losses. A lot of people have lost their jobs, have lost their businesses, have lost their loved ones. It's a time when a lot of people are feeling hopeless. But I want to make a difference, doing something that makes a difference, with a team that makes a difference, and at a time that makes a difference. If all is going well, I wonder how many would have the time to actually listen. If not for you guys, I wonder how the audience would be growing, because the number of people that are following are growing because you are also putting in your part. When I say like and share, you like and share the broadcast. So teamwork makes the dream work, and I really, really want to appreciate. So now, talking about purpose and talking about losing yourself. We've talked about the 2 challenges that John Maxwell talks about, which is to find yourself, and this is when we discover ourselves. And the second being to lose ourselves. And this only happens when our purpose is bigger than us. Because if we are bigger than our purpose, we have a career. And right now we're not talking career, but we are talking calling. We're talking purpose, and we're talking calling. So when you find yourself, meaning you discover your purpose, and when you lose yourself, meaning you have got something that is bigger than you, which is actually your calling. I want you to take note as we're about to wind up. I want you to take note that when you discover your purpose, you will succeed. You will have success. But guys, this is a leadership segment. And what do leaders do? Leaders impact others. So we don't only want to have success, but we also want to be significant. We also want to be significant in our lifetime. So what does success do and what does significance do? Success is adding value to yourself, discovering your purpose. You've added value to yourself. While significance is when you add value to others. Others are benefiting from your calling, because that is what we're called for. God created you as a problem solver for a particular problem that he saw. So that problem was not for yourself, but it was also to solve the problem of others. So success is adding value to yourself. So for us, I believe for everyone that is online on the leadership segment, you don't only want to add success to yourself, but you want to go beyond success and also impact the lives of others through significance. So success is adding value to yourself, while significance is when you add value to others. Guys, if there are any questions, any comments, any contributions, please, at this point in time, I'm about to read the comments, the questions, the contributions. Please feel free to type, and we shall get discussing. We'll discuss those questions, those comments, and those contributions. This month of December is a month where our theme is I have a purpose for existence. I have a purpose for existence. And because of this theme and because of how impactful we want our lives to be, next month, January, we'll actually be having a leadership training, which we actually call masterminds. We'll have a leadership training, which is actually called a mastermind. So I want to urge each and every person that is actually watching to enroll for this leadership training. It's actually put your dream to test. Next year will be the first, next month will be the first month in the year of 2021, January 2021. I'm sure we want to live our lives, living that purpose, that purposeful life. Having discovered your purpose, I'm sure you want to fulfill that purpose. So, sometimes we have dreams, sometimes we have visions, sometimes we think, okay, this is my purpose. So what we're going to do to ensure that you're not headed the wrong direction is we're going to have a leadership training that is going to run all through the month of January, which is Put Your Dream to Test by John C. Maxwell. And the cost for that leadership training is $150. So you're going to get your certificate from there. You're going to get a soft copy of the book, Put Your Dream to Test. And that's how we're going to go about it. So please, guys, ensure that you enroll for the leadership training, Put Your Dream to Test by John C. Maxwell. And as the week progresses, it can be tomorrow, it can be the other day. I'll be speaking about coaching very soon. So ensure that you have turned on your live notification whenever I come on live. Ensure that your settings notify you that I'm actually live, because I'll be speaking about coaching. I just want to go from I just want to offer the services now publicly, because I've been having clients that have been offering coaching sessions, but I did not yet open to the public. So come 2021, I'll be opening to the public. But within this month of December, I have something good. December is a time for sharing, caring. So I will be giving away a 30 minutes free coaching session just to introduce you to coaching, because like I introduced myself, I am a speaker. I speak at conferences, at seminars, at workshops, and I am also a trainer. We do the leadership trainings, the mastermind trainings, and I'm also a coach. I am actually a life coach, and I specialize in personal awareness and personal development. I actually do one-on-one, and I also do group coaching. So I will be talking about that along the course of the week. So please ensure that your notifications are actually on. So now I'm going to the comments, and we have a comment we have a comment from Caesar, and Caesar says, because the first comment from Caesar was like, now I know. So I asked Caesar, what do you know? So now Caesar answers to say, where you get the inspirations. Yes, Caesar, that's where I get my inspirations. I am a trainer, speaker, and coach with the John Maxwell team, and John C. Maxwell happens to be one of my mentors and coach. And then we have another comment from Musama from Zimbabwe. Good evening from Zimbabwe. Sorry about that. Good evening from Zimbabwe. Good evening, Musama. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Musama, I realize that you participate in the inspirational segments, in the motivational segments, and the leadership segments. I just want to say thank you. And I can't wait to meet you, because I believe very, very soon I'll actually be coming to Zimbabwe to carry out some leadership trainings. So I actually believe you will be part and parcel of the group that will actually be there. And then we have another comment from Emmanuel Sumbwa, my brother for me. And Emmanuel says, well, so powerful and keep it up. Good evening. Good evening to you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for tuning in to the leadership segment. And we also have another comment from Yurida. And Yurida says, good evening, my sister. Good evening, my sister for me. Thank you so, so much for actually tuning into the leadership segment. I deeply appreciate your commitment. And we have another comment from Musama. Musama says, on point always, my sister. Thank you so much, Musama. Thank you so much. And we have another comment from Brian, and Brian says, good evening, Inonge, enjoying the segment. You're welcome, Brian. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for your contribution. And we have another comment from Zamiwe, and Zamiwe says, nice seeing you, my guy. Miss you so much. Missing you so much, my guy. Miss you too much. And we'll be seeing you soon. I will be back home very, very soon. Although I think this is becoming my second home. I'm actually in New Jersey, United States of America, doing some training, coaching sessions, and other, private issues. So thank you so much, guys. I mean, I miss you too, and I just can't wait to see you. We've got a lot to gist about. So thank you, guys. Like I said, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the quotes of the week that will actually steer us as we discover our purpose, and also look out for that broadcast where I'll be discussing coaching, because I will be giving away a 30 minutes free coaching session that will actually help you in discovering your vision for the future. Thank you so much, guys. Compliments of the season. I hope and trust that you enjoy your time. You enjoy time with your family, your friends, caring, giving, and sharing. Love you guys. Stay blessed.